Well, with the pink as the most available colored, he's got how many points available here? Quite a few.
I think Ife, once he broke those two reds, he's left all the reds in a portable
Yeah.
position.
I mean, there's
So
42 points right there if he can stay on the pink and make all the reds.
it's a lot more than 42, I think. I mean, there were 6 reds.
Yeah, but I'm saying just on that half of the table.
Yes, that's
yeah,
correct.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
Without
correct.
having to move the cue ball
Yes.
up and down,
Yes.
he's in a position where in that small radius, if you look at the radius that he's here, he's on every one of those reds.
That's correct.
42 points. This is what your suggestion before was. 42 points puts him in the lead.
That's correct. That's correct. He has an option to get on several reds here. I think if he leaves himself like somewhere here, he has an option. He has an option of 3 reds.
Oh,
and
that was a
that's
strong
exactly
shot there,
what he
man.
did.
Oh,
Yeah.
really a strong shot.
He's left himself on multiple reds.
What was interesting there was he decided to play a power stroke to be able to let his stroke out instead of trying to baby the ball and worry about the nap or anything. Yeah.
That's right.
I mean, there you can see him consciously trying to stay in position when he finishes the shot. You can see it's not really part of his fabric yet, but he's consciously telling himself to stay down, and you can see it in his mechanical release. Like,
yes, I think that's the key of the game, and I think for aspiring players, I think the important thing is to stay as close to your next ball as possible, or like essentially be in position, every single shot.
well, when his mechanics and he's focused on staying down well, and a good method there is to just tell yourself you're going to keep your bridge hand on the table till the ball starts rolling. But I think that as important it is to be close to the ball, something you also have to negotiate on this table is you have to be able to reach the cue ball. So I think it's what I've learned on distance tables, is playing large 5x10 pool tables, is it's as important or more sometimes to be in angle as opposed to being so close to the ball.
Yeah, he's played a very loose shot here. He was actually trying to be on the pink. He's kind of on the blue, but he's on the wrong side of the blue. And since the reds are on the top side of the table, he needs to. Oh,
He's conceded
he's
to
just
play
conceded
safe.
to play safe.
I think he didn't do a good job of going over and looking at the shot. I think he could have played that shot and played an angle more closer to the rail, where he actually could have shot that red, the top red, and come back on the black and had a shot to nothing.
Yeah, I think now he's just gonna have to play a safety. Try to be behind the pink and the black.
Yeah,
And I
good.
think he's played a fantastic shot. He's played a fantastic shot.
When you watch a guy play like this, something you've pointed out to me and made a suggestion that I started playing English billiards to improve my safety strokes. Can you tell when you watch a player that he has that background or not, or?
I think it's hard because I think different players have different types of ability, and for some players the angles come naturally, and they would be fantastic billiard players, but they might never have played a game of billiards.
Yeah.
I think you're a bit like that, Tony. I think
Oh,
you've got
thank you.
good
No.
you've got good control, but I'm fairly sure you've never played English billiards.
No, I've only played it one or two times. I'm looking to play more of it, but I play 3-cushion billiards.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
it's similar.
so
I'm playing more of that now. When we were playing, I really hadn't played much of it, but I see the connectivity of all the games, and it's just essential that you learn all these skills in different mediums. If you need to play different mediums to keep focused, that's why it's a good idea to play the different games, I think.
Oh,
He's not happy with that one. And I noticed E, was very adept at playing opposite hand. And I think that's something when you're playing a left-handed player, or right-handed player, or whatever. If you can leave the person in a more complicated position, sometimes you don't think that far in advance. But so these are what we call in pool. In pool, we call them free shots. Okay, you guys call them shot to nothing, which is a very good term. Yeah, and of course, two-way shots is how we refer to them in pocket billiards. It's a two-way shot. That's where snooker really is dynamic. It affords you the opportunity for lots of two-way shots.
I think the only value in potting this red is to put your opponent in trouble in the next shot.
Mm-hmm.
But here I think he might want to get a few points on the table. I mean, he has a couple of options here. One is to put Fei in a lot of trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Try to get him, possibly behind the black and the yellow.
Mm-hmm.
Snookering him. I mean, he has essentially, if he puts him anywhere here, there are three balls: the black, the yellow, and the blue,
Yes.
that are possible
He's created
snookering balls.
A wide zone to snooker in here.
Yeah, exactly.
And also the pink, if you could get behind that.
But I think leaving him somewhere here gives him more balls, where he doesn't have to be as accurate as being behind the pink. But here and the other option, of course, is to take the extra 5 points and try to play a good safety shot off the red, which is a little more difficult. It's so close to the cushion. It's sometimes tough to control.
I think that sometimes when you play safe on players, in some instances, you're better off letting them see the ball in a very difficult position, as opposed to a guy just being able to lag up to it or kick it. They will seldom opt to lag to the ball if they can see it. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ooh. Costly error there.
It was a costly error.
Played a very aggressive safety, and he actually struck the ball, I thought, tremendously well. Because he was going for the pink, and he was putting the red in that lineup, Ajeya,
That's right.
that you had suggested. Look at the line of those balls. That's
Yes.
Looking at these long parallel lines makes a lot of sense when you're trying to line up.
Absolutely. Fei is leading by 14 points, so he needs.
That was a good big shot there.
Yeah.
He needed a little break there. He didn't get it, but he may have a safety opportunity here.
So again, he has a few options here to put Ahmed in trouble.
How did you like his selection there?
That was pretty good. He also had an option to play the pink and then come on the top cushion behind the black.
Now, what do you think he's measuring there?
I think what he's thinking about is how far down the bottom cushion does he have to strike the ball to hit the yellow.
Gotcha.
I think his primary focus is to just hit the yellow at this point.
Yeah, but do you think what I was actually referring to was, do you have any inclination what his method of calculating that would be?
The way he was, I think it was just out of sight.
Okay, yeah, so shot memory, yeah.
Yeah.